Now, the Supreme Court has agreed to examine a plea questioning the validity of the Parsi Marriage and Divorce Act. Naomi Sam Irani, a Parsi woman, has challenged the constitutionality of the Parsi Marriage Act, and the Apex Court has sought a response from the Government of India and has fixed the matter for hearing next week. Now, in an exclusive conversation with Mirror Now, the petitioner said that the scrapping of the triple talaq raises hopes for scores of Parsi women who are currently grappling with a law that was formulated during the British Raj. Listen in.
In the Supreme Court, the Parsi Marriage Act has now been challenged, and this comes close on the heels of the triple talaq practice being ruled as unconstitutional. We're being joined exclusively by the counsel Neela Gokhale and also the petitioner in the Supreme Court, Naomi Sam Irani. At the outset, Naomi, I'll come to you first. What prompted you to file this plea in Supreme Court? What were the difficulties you were encountering which prompted you to challenge this particular law in the Apex Court?
Observations throughout where I kind of believe that there's a lot of time that is being wasted because we keep on waiting for the delegates to be appointed and to take it further. But in this 1.5 year approximate, I have not met the delegates. And also I feel that if there's something that is not working, which is not very effective as of today, maybe it worked 30 years ago, there can be a change. There can be a place there where everybody else goes to, which is much more speedy, which is much more effective, and of course, which is less time consuming and also cost effective. Because of the traveling, because of the dates, you need to make ends meet by the end of the day. And it's not just for the women that I talk about, it's probably even the men who go through the same traumatic experience where they have to keep on waiting for that one piece of paper which determines your life to come through. And if we just keep on waiting all the time without any kind of judgment, without any kind of justice coming through, who's going to give me back those years that I've waited? So I kept on thinking about the whole thing that when everybody goes to one door to knock, why are we going to somewhere else? When we came to India and we said that we will share and we will be a part of y'all, why can't we be a part of the union, universal, uniform legal footage is what I'm thinking about. And that's exactly what kind of, struck me. Yeah, and I was like, okay, it's time to change something that is not very effective.
We'll also talk to Neela Gokhale, who's been instrumental in this entire matter today, getting entertained by the Supreme Court. Neela, very quickly, for the sake of our viewers, jury system is barred in India as we speak, but the Parsi Marriage and Divorce Act still permits for the jury system to be followed, one. And secondly, you made this argument in Supreme Court today that if a 1,000-year-old practice of triple talaq can be outlawed, because if that is not in sync with the Constitution, then why should the Parsi Marriage Act be allowed to continue? Is that right?
Yeah, Meenakshi, first of all, I think it's definitely time for Uniform Civil Code. Number two is that in 1973, with the overhauling of the CRPC, which has done away with the jury system, even in the criminal jurisprudence, in the criminal administration system, then why should the Parsi Marriage Act continue to sanction the jury system at all? This is what we've raised in the Supreme Court. And like Naomi said, it is not something integral to their religion. And if in the triple talaq matter, if something which is not part of the religion, which is not even a statute, could have been set aside, then as Article 13, definitely the statute which is unconstitutional, which is arbitrary, which is unreasonable, needs to be set aside.